Race 1 starters behind the gate. The head of the stretch, we have 1 Fittipaldi, 2 Clover Hills Dot, 4 Orion's Fancy, 5 Color Me Gone, 6 Diamond Coast, 7 House of Stars, outside 8's Lenore. First race, showtime. There they go. They're off and pacing in from the outside. Lenore goes for. On the inside of him is Ryan's Fancy going with him into the turn. And they go neck and neck into the turn with Ryan's Fancy on the inside. Lenore is up on the outside. Fittipaldi gets away in third. Clover Hills Dot looks at it from fourth. Color Me Gone is fifth. As they make their way off the 8th pole, straighten their way onto the opening quarter, Diamond Coast gets away 6th. And trailing the field is House of Stars as they make their way onto the opening quarter. And Lonnie Stokes has set up shop in the front end with Ryan's Fancy. Lenore is sitting in second with Fittipaldi in third. They're by the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat, and they race into the upper turn. Ryan's Fancy shows the way. Racing in second is Lenore. Fittipaldi looks at it third. Closing up the gap now of fourth. He is Clover Hills Dot as the Pacers make their way off the 3/8 and down the stretch. They come in front of us for the first time, and Ryan's Fancy shows the way. Lenore is a racing second. Fittipaldi's third in the inside movement now. There goes Lenore out from second. Fittipaldi third. Picking up the cover now fourth on the outside is Diamond Coast. Then House of Stars, Clover Hills Dot, and Color Me Gone. Trails the field there by the half in 1:02 and around the turn. They make their way to the 5/8 of Ryan's Fancy, still showing the way. Lenore is now up second on the outside. Racing third on the inside is Fittipaldi. Fourth on the outside spotted is a Diamond Coast as they make their way down the back stretch. They're neck and neck for the lead up front. On the inside, it's Ryan's Fancy. On the outside's Lenore. Coming to third now on the outside is a Diamond Coast as they make their way on by the 3/4, and Ryan's Fancy was still your leader there. 1:32 flat, and they make their way around the top turn. Ryan's Fancy opens up now by a length. Lenore's second. Diamond Coast comes to third on the outside. House of Stars now comes to fourth. They make their way off the 7/8 and straighten on down the stretch. It's Ryan's Fancy. Here comes Color Me Gone. Up strong on the outside, and on the far outside is House of Stars. On the outside, Diamond Coast to win it. Ryan's Fancy second. House of Stars third. The time for the mile, 2:02 and 1. Heading back to the winner's circle, you winner of race number 1, it's horse 6, Diamond Coast. Bay Philly 3 by Coast to Coast Yankee out of the Rustler Hanover Mary Dotted Diamonds. Owned by Dan Bellevue, Halifax, Nova Scotia, trained and driven by Gilles Barrio. Diamond Coast picks up her first winning trip of 2011 this afternoon in 2:02 and 1. Number 6, Diamond Coast and Gilles Barrio. Second race, Pacers, head of the stretch. We have 1 Alyssa Down, 2 Come Back Nightly, 3 Hamax Up Tempo, 4 March Past, 5 Miss Paula D, 6 Turn the Rig Around, and the outside 7 is Kendall Delta. Here they come. They're off and pacing. They're an even bunch getting out of there. Alyssa Down on the inside, in between horses. He is Come Back Nightly as they make their way around the first turn. They're 4 wide getting around there. Alyssa Down wins the early battle. In between horses, looks like Miss Paula D, and on the outside of her is Kendall Delta. Hamax Up Tempo gets away on the rail. Then, as they make their way to the opening quarter, is Come Back Nightly, March Past, and trailing but out and on the move is Turn the Rig Around as they make their way by the opening quarter, and Miss Paula D and Scott Hubbard have taken over on the front end. They're by the opening quarter in 31 and 3, and right back out. Here comes Alyssa Down going for now. She shows a nose on top on the outside. Coming with cover now, third on the outside is Kendall Delta. Hamax Up Tempo looks at it from fourth as the Pacers make their way off the 3/8 down the stretch. They come in front of us for the first time. On the outside, Alyssa Down. On the inside of her is Miss Paula D. Now Alyssa Down clears to the front, and here comes Kendall Delta now second on the outside. Miss Paula D third. Hamax Up Tempo is fourth. Turn the Rig Around is fifth on the outside. Then Come Back Nightly and March Past trails. They're by the half in 1:02 and 3, and around the turn they make their way over to the 5/8. Your leader up front is still Alyssa Down. On the outside of her, Kendall Delta's racing a second. How Max Up Tempo now third on the outside. Fourth at the rail is Miss Paula D. Racing fifth is Comeback Nightly. Then march past and turn the rig around. They make their way to the 3/4 on the outside. Kendall Delta shows a nose in front, but Alyssa Down stays right with them on the inside. They're by the 3/4. 133 and 2, and they make their way into the final turn. Still Alyssa Down. In between horses is Candle Delta, 3 wide now. How Max Up Tempo, Miss Paula D's caught in with nowheres to go, and swinging wide is Comeback Nightly as the field makes their way off the top turn. Down the stretch, they drive on home. It's Alyssa Down. Kendall Delta in the middle of the racetrack. On the far outside comes Comeback Nightly. Right down to the wire on the far outside. Comeback Nightly maybe, but I don't think so. Alyssa Down got it on the inside. Comeback Nightly second. Tight for third. The time of the mile, 2:04 and 2. Heading back now, the unofficial winner of race 2. It's horse 2, Comeback Nightly. Bay gelding 4 by Quick Comeback of the Nightly Blue Chip mare. Call her Nightly. Owned by Dale Orr of Oak Bay. Trained by Ron Chamberlain. Gordy Hennessy in the driver's seat. Comeback Nightly picks up her first win. 2011 pacing this afternoon in 2:04 and 2. It's number 2, Comeback Nightly and Gord Hennessy. Claiming Pacers line up behind the gate. Race 3, we have 1 Terrific Magoozer. 1A is New Party. 2 Val Leader. 3 Elm Grove Bandit. 4 Connolly CC. 5 Let's Tango Lavros. Here they come. They're off and pacing quickly. New Party goes 4 and shows on front. Gets away in second is the Val Leaders. They make their way around the turn. Terrific Magoozer gets away third. Then Elm Grove Bandit is a fourth. Racing fifth on the outside is Connolly CC, and Let's Tango Levros. The field moves off the 8th pole and make their way down the back stretch en route to the opening quarter, and Steve Trites and New Party shows the way. Racing second is a Val Leader. Terrific Magoozer sits in third, and Elm Grove Bandit looks at it fourth. Now racing a fifth is Let's Tango Levros, and your trailer is Connolly CC. They're by the opening quarter, and 31 and 3 as they make their way into the top turn. Up front and showing the way is New Party. Val Leader is second now, up strong on the outside. Let's Tango Lavrosa from fourth, now third, now second. He gives chase after the leader. They come off the 3/8 and down the stretch in front of us for the first time. On the inside, it's a New Party. On the outside, Let's Tango Lavrosa is second now. Ducks back to the inside, tries to as the field makes her way on by the half. But filling that hole is a Val Leader. They're by the half in 1:02 and 2, and they make their way around the turn. They travel over to the 5/8. Your leader is still New Party up front. On the outside, Let's Tango Lavros. Val Leader is third. Up fourth on the outside is Connolly CC. Then Terrific Magoozer. And your trailer off stride now is Elm Grove Bandit as they make their way on down the back stretch. Next stops the 3/4 and New Party still there. Still the boss on the outside. Let's Tango Lavros second. Val Leader looks at it third. There by 3/4, 132 and 3, and into the final turn they go. Still New Party on the outside. Let's Tango Lavros. Val Leader looks for daylight. Locked in third at the rail. Pacers come off the 7/8 down the stretch with an 8 to go. New Party on the inside. Now looking to shake loose is Val Leader and pounces out from second. They're halfway down the stretch and on the far outside. Also comes Terrific Magoozer, but it's New Party down to the wire. Val Leader. It's going to be New Party to win it. Val Leader second, tight for third. Maybe Terrific Magoozer, the time for the mile. 2:02 and 4. Trading back now, your unofficial winner of race 3. It's horse 1A, New Party. Brown gelding 6 by Clown's Tears out of the top-notcher mare Party Charm. Owned by Valerie Phelan of Gary, New Brunswick. Trained by Eric Wilson. Steve Trites in the driver's seat. New Party picks up his second winning trip of 2011 this afternoon in 2:02 and 4. 1A New Party with Steve Trites. Race 4 lines up behind the gate. We have 1 Escape the Night, 2 Found Wanting, 3 Countess Fleet, 4, Ultimate Spirit. 5, Magical Alex. On the outside, 6, All-American Dazzle. Here they come. They're off in the middle of the racetrack. Ultimate Spirit goes for the lead. On the outside of him is Magical Alex, and there's 2 of them more on the inside as they make their way 3 wide around the first turn in between horses. Found Wanting. On the inside of him is Escape the Night as they make their way off that 8th pole and straighten away en route to the opening quarter now. Found Wanting has taken over the top spot. Escape the Night gets away second. Racing in third is All-American Dazzle. Ultimate Spirit looks at it fourth. Then Countess Fleet and Magical Alex is your trailer as they make their way on by the opening quarter in 30 and 3. They race their way into the top turn, and showing the way up front by a length and a half is Found Wanting. Racing a second, Escape the Night. All-American Dazzle is a 3. Ultimate Spirit 4. Now there's movement on the outside. Here comes a Countess Fleet. Makes a move from 5th as the field comes off the 3/8. Race down the stretch in front of us for the first time. Found Wanting on top by 2. Racing a second, Escape the Night. In third is All-American Dazzle. Now Countess Fleet makes her way up 4th on the outside. Magical Alex follows the cover 5th, and Ultimate Spirit trails the field. They were by the half in 101 and 4, and around the turn now the field makes her way over to the 5/8. Your leader still there up front is Found Wanting and Steve Trites, and Countess Fleet now presses up hard second on the outside. Goes to engage the leader as they make their way down the back stretch for the 3/4. Escape the Night looks at it third. All-American Dazzle on the inside 4th. Then Magical Alex and Ultimate Spirit trails, but she's moving out 3 wide as they were by 3/4. 131 and 4, and quickly Found Wanting has stepped up now by about 4. Countess Fleet second. Ultimate Spirit now has come to third. Racing 4th on the inside is All-American Dazzle. Now they make their way off the 7/8 and down the stretch. They drive on home, and Found Wanting, he is on top by about 6. On the outside, coming to second now, he is Ultimate Spirit and Countess Fleet third. They'll race for place because they're not catching Found Wanting today. In for second, Ultimate Spirit, Countess Fleet third. Time for the mile, 2:01 and 1. Back to the winner's circle now as your unofficial winner of race number 4 is horse number 2, Found Wanting. Brown gelding 4 by quick comeback out of the Rustler Hanover mare, Horsehouse Madame. Owned and trained by Mike Barrio of Dieppe. Steve Trites in the driver's seat. Found Wanting picks up win number 4 of 2011, pacing this afternoon, 2:01 and 1. Back half in 59 and 3, last quarter in 29 and 3. It's number 2, Found Wanting, for Stephen Trites. Pacers will line up behind the gate for race number 5. We have 1 EJ's Quest, 2 Hustler Hall, 3 Woodmere Quick Peak, 4 Simca, 5 Dance Hanover. On the outside 6 Freedom Isn't Free is off stride, and here they come. They're off, and Dance Hanover from the far outside goes forward and shows the way, but going with them on the inside around the first turn is Woodmere Quick Peak. They go at it neck and neck around the first turn. On the inside is Woodmere Quick Peak. Dance Hanover's now parked second on the outside. Simca gets away in third. Then EJ's Quest, then Hustler Hall, and back to Freedom Isn't Free, who's back on the pace after an early break as they make their way onto the opening quarter. And the early battle is won by Woodmere Quick Peak up front. Dance Hanover is settles for second. Simca looks at it third as the field drives by the opening quarter in 29 and 4. They make their way into the top turn. Travel over to the 3/8 now with Woodmere Quick Peak. Up front and is showing the way. Racing second is Dance Hanover. Racing third is Simca, now up and on the move. 4th on the outside comes EJ's Quest, and following him is Hustler Hall as the field makes their way off the 3/8 and down the stretch in front of us for the first time. Woodmere Quick Peak showing the way over Dance Hanover, now up third on the outside. Comes EJ's Quest, racing along in 4th is Simca. Then Hustler Hall picks up cover, drives 5th on the outside. They're by the half in 1:01 and 1. In around the turn, the field makes their way over to the 5/8 with Woodmere Quick Peak showing the way. Now up second on the outside comes EJ's Quest. Locked in third is Dance Hanover. 4th on the outside, Hustler Hall, and Simca is 5th, and back to Freedom Isn't Free as they make their way down the back stretch en route to the 3/4, and Woodmere Quick Peak still there by a half length. EJ's Quest is pressing second on the outside. Dance Hanover still locked in third. 3/4 and 1:31 and 3, and they make their way into the final turn with Woodmere Quick Peak on the inside. EJ's Quest up second on the outside. Dance Hanover third. Now tipping wide comes Hustler Hall as the field makes her way off the 7/8 with an eighth of a mile left to go. Woodmere Quick Peak will try to close it out. On the outside, EJ's Quest and Hustler Hall now on the far outside. But this one down to the wire, it's Woodmere Quick Peak. Hustler Hall on the outside, but Woodmere Quick Peak wins this one coast to coast. In for second, Hustler Hall, close for third, and the time for the mile, 2:02. Back to the winner's circle now. Your unofficial winner of race 5. It's 3, Woodmere Quick Peak. Brown Gelding 10 by drop-off. Out of the Springfield Mare Tabletop Dancer, owned by Dave Fraser of Moncton and Al Jones of Riverview. Trained by Al Jones. Scott Hubbard in the driver's seat. Woodmere Quick Peak, his third winning trip this season, coast to coast this afternoon in 2:02. Number 3, Woodmere Quick Peak and Scott Hubbard. 6 race, top of the stretch, has 1, Fernhill Treasure, 2, Power Pro, 3, Dusty Lane Buster, 4, Wild Cherry, 5, Rackland Fine Line, 6, Climb the Ladder, outside 7 is PH Catman. Here they come. They're off and pacing from the far outside. Climb the Ladder goes 4 and shows away into the first turn. Racing along second on the inside is Fernhill Treasure. Power Play gets away in third. Fourth on the outside now is Rackland Fine Line. Back to Dusty Lane Buster, Wild Cherry, and your trailer is PH Catman as they make their way onto the opening quarter, and Climb the Ladder is opened up by 3. Fernhill Treasure is racing in second. Power Pro looks at it from third. Rackland Fine Line racing in fourth, and Dusty Lane Buster, Wild Cherry, and PH Catman. They're by the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat as the field makes their way into the top turn. Racing over now to the 3/8 with Climb the Ladder showing the way. Racing a second is Fernhill Treasure. Now there's movement to the outside. Power Pro moves out from third as the field comes off the 3/8 now. They race down the stretch in front of us for the first time. Climb the Ladder on the outside. Power Pro now comes to second. Fernhill Treasure locked in third at the rail. Rackland Fine Line picks up cover fourth on the outside. Dusty Lane Buster, Wild Cherry's on the move. And the trailer is PH Catman. They're by the half in a minute. And 1/5 as the field makes her way around the lower turn en route to the 5/8 now, and still Climb the Ladder. Racing second now back on the inside is Fernhill Treasure. On the outside of racing third is Power Pro, and tipping 3 wide now goes Rackland Fine Line. And down the backside they go. Dale Spence and Climb the Ladder are still there, but they get company coming in the form of Rackland Fine Line. He wheels, he deals, and he goes right on by, and they're by 3/4. 1:30 and 3, and into the top turn. Rackland Fine Line now quickly opens up by 3. Climb the Ladder's a racing second. Fernhill Treasure looks at it third. The field comes off the 7/8 with an inside an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch, it's Rackland Fine Line. Climb the Ladder second. On the outside, Power Pro, and the outside of her is Wild Cherry. Down the stretch, this one's over. It's all Rackland Fine Line in for second. Fernhill Treasure. Climb the Ladder for third. The time for the mile, 2 minutes and 4/5. Back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 6, the veteran pacer, Rackland Fine Line. Brown Gelding 11 by Gothic Dream out of the Camfella Mare Cam's Fine Line. Owned by the Ultimate Stable of Greater Lakeburn, trained by Robert Laffin. Todd Trites in the driver's seat. Rackland Fine Line scores his first win of 2011 this afternoon, 2 minutes and 4/5. Number 5, Rackland Fine Line, and Todd Trites. Along the rail as the field makes their way around the first turn. We have a Rockstar by Emma. Now not content with the pocket, there goes Todd Trites, and all bent out of shape now from second and driving for the top as the field goes to the opening quarter. Now all bent out of shape shows on top on the outside. Rockstar by Emma is a racing second. Victor third. Victory George looks at it fourth, and Man in Pink. And racing in 6 is MD Harley's Success, and your trailer's Magnetic Banka. They're by the opening quarter, 28-4. The field makes her way around the top turn. Gravel over to the 3/8, so with all bent out of shape. Rockstar by Emma racing a second. Victor is a third. Now up a fourth on the outside as the field makes her way in front of us for the first time is Man in Pink, and following his cover comes MD Harley Success. Victory George is on the rail and Magnetic Bank is out and on the move, but he's the trailing as they were by the half. 59 seconds flat and around the turn. They make their way now over to the 5/8, all bent out of shape. Racing second, Rockstar by Emma. Man in Pink now inching up third on the outside. Victor is a locked in fourth. Fifth on the outside, MD Harley Success. Victory George is racing sixth. Magnetic Bank of trails as they make their way to the 3/4, all bent out of shape by a length and a half. On the outside now, Man in Pink is a show nose in front for second. Third at the rail is Rockstar by Emma. 1:28-3 by the 3/4 and into the final turn they go. All bent out of shape. On the outside, Man in Pink is racing second. Rockstar by Emma third, and there goes MD Harley Success. Swinging out 3 wide, and they come off the 7/8, and Todd Trites is going to try to close it out with all bent out of shape. And on the outside, Man in Pink is coming on, and so is MD Harley Success. They're tightening up right down to the wire. 3 of them are neck and neck on the outside. MD Harley Success to win it. Man in Pink for second, all bent out of shape for third. Time for the mile, 1:58-4. Back to the winner's circle now. Your winner of race number 7 is number 3, MD Hardly Success. Bay Gelding 5 by Western Success has the Kiev Hanover mare Hardly Easy. Owned by Bill Smith and Wayne Watson of St. John, trained by Andrew Ward. Scott Hubbard in the driver's seat. MD Hardly Success. Third winning trip of 2011 this afternoon. 1:58-4. That's number 3, MD Hardly Success and Scott Hubbard. Claiming pacer to line up behind the gate for the 8th and final has 1, Tundra Shark. 2, I Wish I Wish. 3, Cacafalla. 4, Last Wind Down. 5, Fun on a Star. 6, Impish Art. 7, Camco Winnette. On the outside, 8 is A Work of Heart, and here they come. They're off and pacing in their 4 wide, getting out of there. In between horses is Cacafella. On the outside, Camco Winnette, and on the outside of them all is Tundra Shark as they make their way around the first turn. Now Tundra Shark wins the early battle. In between horses, Cacafella, and 3 wide, Camco Winnette as they make their way onto the opening quarter. Is Tundra Shark. They're still fighting it out. 3 wide, neck and neck to the opening quarter on the far outside, Camco Winnette. In between horses is Cacafella, and Tundra Shark still has them out there as they make their way 3 wide by the opening quarter in 29-3. In into the turn they go, race over the 3/8, and that early battle is won by Tundra Shark. Up the outside, or up the inside now, and filling that hole, coming to second is Last Wind Down. Cacafella is parked, and Camco Winnette is out 3 wide. As the field makes her way down the stretch in front of us for the first time, Scott Hubbard and Tundra Shark show the way. Racing a second on the inside is Last Wind Down. Parked third on the outside is Cacafella. Camco Winnette now is racing fourth. Now to the outside is Fun on a Star, and they're by the half in 59-3, and they make their way around the turn. Terrell over to the 5/8 now, and Tundra Shark showing the way. Last Wind Down is racing second. Then in between horses, Cacafella, Camco Winnette, now tipping out 3 wide. There goes Fun on a Star. From 5th is now 4th. He is now 3rd as they make their way down the back stretch, and following his cover comes I Wish I Wish as the field makes her way on by the 3/4, and Scotty Hubbard and Tundra Shark took them there. 1:31-1, and they race into the final turn with Tundra Shark. On the inside is Last Wind Down. Way outside is I Wish I Wish, and in between horses, that is Fun on a Star. They're bunching up as the field comes off the 7/8 with an 8th to go, and Scotty Hubbard's going to try to close this one out with Tundra Shark. She's the one to catch, and here comes Last Wind Down. Out from second, and on the far outside comes Fun on a Star. Outside of him is I Wish I Wish. But Scotty Hubbard is going to take this one coast to coast with Tundra Shark to win it. In for second is Kakafella. There was a bunch of them there for third, and the time for the mile, 2:03 and 4. Parading back to victory lane for the third time this afternoon, driver Scotty Hubbard. This time it's number 1, Tundra Shark. She's a bay mare 4 by Cam's Card Shark out of the Falcon Sealster mare Tundra Bird. Owned by Terry Price of St. John, Charlie Price of Newidgewok. Scott Hubbard in the driver's seat. Tundra Shark picks up her third winning trip of 2011, pacing this afternoon in 2:03 and 4. Number 1, Tundra Shark and Scott Hubbard.